I'd like to read from my book, Be Smart. It's available to read for free on Kindle Unlimited, or it can be purchased on Amazon. Reading from chapter 6, The Mystery of Godliness. The mystery of iniquity and the mystery of godliness oppose one another. Let no man deceive you by any means, but that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3 through 7. The mystery of godliness. 1 Timothy 3:16 defines the mystery of godliness. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh, justified in the spirit, seen of angels, preached unto the Gentiles, believed on in the world, received up into glory. 1 Timothy 3:16. Manifest in the flesh. The nature of God was revealed in the flesh of Jesus Christ. And he that sent me is with me. The Father hath not left me alone, for I do always those things that please him. John 8:29. When Jesus walked in the flesh, he manifested the character, manner, and power of God. He was God manifest in the temple, in the way that the man of sin opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God. Jesus submitted and humbled himself. He thought it not robbery to be equal to God. What did he do? He humbled himself and became poor to suffer the death of the cross. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Philippians 2, 5 through 9. Jesus was the temple of God. All the Godhead lived in him. Colossians 2:9. He was the living, breathing, walking temple of God. Although there was another temple in town, Jesus was the real temple. Although he was the real temple, he didn't oppose himself and exalt himself against the other temple. He had a right to do it, but he didn't. It wasn't in his nature. That is the nature of godliness. There are temples all over town that profess to house the presence of God. God is not welcome in their temples. He could destroy them, change them, develop them, curse them, but he blesses them. That is the nature of godliness. Jesus said, I come in my Father's name. If another should come in his own name, him you would believe. Jesus didn't come to usurp authority. He came to use his authority to make things better for others. The love of God was manifest in this working. They lied about him, told jokes about him, made fun of him, talked bad about his mother, beat him, cursed him, tortured him, and killed him. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Forgive them their ignorance. That is the nature of godliness. It was manifest in the flesh of Jesus Christ and yearns to be manifest in the lives, hearts, and flesh of each of his disciples. Justified in the Spirit. Now the mystery of godliness lives in the church. It is a living, breathing church that goes around doing good, approved of God and man. That doesn't mean that all men will ever approve of the church. Godly men approve of the church. There is no godliness outside of the church because God approves of the church. God's approval of the church is what justifies it in the Spirit. Jesus was the living, breathing Son of God. He was born of a virgin and had God as his Father. However, the mystery of godliness did not manifest itself in him until the voice of the Father said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." Oh, what an event. God is pleased with me. Therefore, I am justified. Now my life is complete. Before you start throwing a party because you have pleased God, you need to study to show yourself approved. You need to know the things about you that please him. The scripture said, it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has pleasure in your infirmity. He has pleasure in your pain because the mystery of godliness is manifest in the pain of your flesh. God said it again later on when Jesus was on the Mount of Transfiguration. He said, "This is my beloved Son. Hear him." Why did God say that? Because Jesus, Moses, and Elijah had just finished their discussion about the death of Jesus, which would be accomplished at Jerusalem.